In this video, I'm going to introduce you to a very useful tool I found recently called Stripo. Stripo is predominantly meant to be an email marketing tool designed to create highly converting sales emails. But while I was looking through it, I realized that it was making really good HTML code that was easy to copy and paste into your eBay listings. And by using this code, the sky really is your limit for eBay listing design. So let me show you through it. Although Stripo is predominantly meant for making email templates, it creates really good, clean HTML code that can be dragged and dropped directly into your eBay listings. So let's get started. Firstly, the address is stripo.email, and just sign in for an account down here, get a free account, and it's free for 4 exports every month, and that should be more than enough for what you want to do with your eBay listings. Now, before you even get started, I would suggest you sketch out what you want your listing to look like, just on a piece of paper, so then you can create that within the Stripo. So let me log in here, and you'll see I've already created a whole heap of templates here. And these are based on Amazon enhanced brand content designs. So we know they're really good converting designs. To start, we do a new email and we get presented with ones that I've saved before or basic templates. It's a whole heap of different ones. There's some prepared templates. But have a play through here. There's some really, really good stuff that you can use. We're going to start back with basic templates. And we're going to start with an empty template. And it opens up, obviously, an empty template. Now, Stripo works on a really simple drag and drop method of structures and blocks. There's also some modules, and Stripo is loaded with some pre-existing modules, so you can have a play with those and have a look. But to start with is structures. And these structures are literally what they are. So they just drag and drop into the main area here. So this first one is 1 column. You've got 2 columns, 3 columns, 4 columns, etc. 1/3, 2/3, 2/3, 1/3. Now within each of these structures, you can put images or text or buttons, which is more for emails. Obviously, we're not going to be using buttons. And it really is a simple case of dragging and dropping your content. So have everything sorted out in a Word document or a Google Drive doc or something like that, so that you've got all your text in place. Now for images, what I would recommend if you don't have your own website and can host images, I would suggest using IMGBB. Now it's also free, so create an account and you can upload your images here. I've got an account and you'll see I've uploaded all my bike pump images here. Now the reason we want to host these outside of eBay is so that we can get them into our HTML, and the images do need to have an HTTPS, so a secure site where they're hosted, and I'll show you in a minute that all these do. Now once they're up here, it's an easy case of getting the code for this image. So if I wanted to use this one, that code, and there's all sorts of different ones here. We want the direct link, so we can say this is the direct link for this image. So if I copy that and paste it in a new tab, you'll see that image address, and there's the image. So that's where we're hosting. Back to our template editor. If I wanted to use that image that we've just used, we're going to drop an image in here, and it asks you to either drop the image in here or use an external link, and it's the external link we want to use. So I'll just copy that in there again and say yes, we want to do that, and there's our image right in there, and it's really, really easy to do. These other boxes are just as easy to use. If we want to add some text, we can just click on it and we can either type directly into it or we can copy and paste some text that we've pre-prepared in Word. So I might put all my bullet points. It's just a copy and paste my bullet points into there. It's got all the usual things up here, so if we wanted to bold this, we could just bold it. We can change the font. I recommend 12 or 14 font size for eBay. It works quite well. We can add emojis. So it's a whole heap of emojis here. We can add all the usual emojis here. So we might find a bicycle. We might make the font on this one a little bit bigger so that we can see the bike. There we go. And there we go. Now we might want to put our hero image here. I like, it's quite a good idea, so it makes it look more like an Amazon listing. So again, we're going to go back to our image, go back to IMG.BB, find our hero or a nice image. So we're back to our embed codes. We're looking for the direct link. So copy that, back to Stripo, external link, paste it in. Now, when we've got this image in, it's a good idea to add the alt text into here. And it's a really good idea to add keywords into this alt text because Google will search for those. So we'll put in our bicycle hump. If you want this image to be centered down a little bit, we can add some padding here, so further down, and we can just add some padding to the top and move it down a little. And now that we've added this alt text, you can see when I hover over, you'll see that it says bike pump, bicycle pump in the alt text. Now, if you wanted to make this any larger, there's a little bit of a workaround. There's a size button down here, and you can certainly make it smaller, but making it larger is dependent on the size of this container. And in this case, we've got this set to a 1/3, 2/3. So if you wanted to make this a little bit smaller, you go into the structure, so just hovering over until we get structure for this, and then we can move the size. So container 1 is here, 180, so we can move this to be a little bit larger, and you'll see that'll come up. So it's pushed this one across a bit and this one smaller. If we wanted to add another image down here, we go into blocks, grab an image and just drop it until it says drop here, and it will put another image in. And again, back to IMG.BB, pick another image, grab the embed code, copy, back to Stripo, add it in, add some alt text. We'll move this down a little bit again. And now you can just keep adding text and images to get the design that you're looking for. Something else we can do in the design is add an image with a link to a video. That's a little bit of a workaround because we can't embed a video directly, but what we can do is create an image that will then open up into YouTube. And what I've done here in IMG.BB is just created a screenshot of an image, and when I've uploaded it, you'll see in the description I've added the YouTube link, and we'll use that in a minute. So again, simple case, get our direct link and then back into Stripo, put our image in here, external link. So this is the image that we want. Now in here, we've got a link. So then we can add, if I go back in here, enter our edit, I'll grab that YouTube link again, just copy it, paste that into there, call it how-to video for mini bike pump. And now you'll see when I hover over this image, it's now a link and it's going to go to YouTube. So once we're happy with all that, we'll save the email, call it something, call it bike pump. And we're going to save that. and it says it's updated successfully, and you can preview it and see what it looks like on mobile. If I go back to my main page, I'll show one that I prepared earlier. And you can see here I've got my hero image and bullet points, the logo for my store, a background image and some text, some more text and images, and my video. Once you're happy with everything, we click export, send it as an HTML file, and I like to set both of these so it sets everything and then export. And you see it exporting down here as an HTML file. Now comes the fun part. Open this and you'll see your listing, but where's the HTML? So now you need to go to the code source, and in Windows it's Control U, on Mac it's Option Command U, and you'll get all this code. Now please don't be overwhelmed by this. It really is as simple as selecting all, so Control or Command A, copying, and then you can save that as a Word document or a Notepad document, because this is the code that we're going to need for our eBay listing. Now that we've got our HTML code, we can add it to our eBay listing. So back into eBay, I'm going to go to my eBay summary. We're going to find the listing that we started earlier. We have a draft. And this is the draft that I started earlier. So we'll resume draft. You'll see this is the listing that we made earlier. We've got all our images in here. And we've got the text that we had before. Now we want to put our nice new text in. So HTML, we can take all this text out. So just copy it and delete it. And we can paste our new text in. And now when we go back to standard view, you'll see our lovely new listing, all perfectly set out, looking great. The last step to do is always, regardless of how you make any listing, always check the mobile friendly checker. And I have found with Stripo, it tends to make the listing a little bit too wide. But we can have a look at this and eBay will fix it for us. And you'll see it's saying it's not quite mobile friendly. It exceeds the screen width. So all we've got to do is just fix it for me and the eBay will clean up the code for you. Great job, ready to go. Check again, active content, no active content, which is good. Active content refers to things like JavaScript and some varying other things, but Stripo doesn't do any active content. Non-compliant links refer to links that aren't secure. So in this case, Stripo and IMGBB is creating secure links. So we're ready to go. So we can save that listing. Scroll down to the bottom here and we'll put in a price. We'll have an expensive bike pump. Now we can preview and this is what we'll look like. So we've got our images up the top here and we've got our lovely looking listing down the bottom. Because this is only a preview, it won't show the video at this stage. But we can close out of this and we're happy with it and we can list our item. And we've done it. So we can check out our item and now you'll see when we scroll down to the bottom here, our video link will open up in YouTube. And that's a run through of Stripo and IMGBB. I hope that was helpful.